Good morning, everyone!
Hello, I'm Paolo del Rosario. Let's get you up to speed with some news that you could use right now.
Rise and shine, beautiful people. I'm Anne Asis-Carilo, TGIF, and nothing's gonna stop us now from bringing you a whole lot of energy, good vibes, and inspiration.
And happy Friday. I'm Monique Tuzon. Your mornings are definitely mo fun with us. Join us in the next hour for stories and conversations that matter. Speaking of conversations that matter, I would like to call out, yesterday we had a little tiff here with my pronunciation. And guys, guess who was right? Who was right, Paolo?
Ikaw! No,
It's Bondi
I was
Beach.
ready.
Bondi.
Y'all were ready to fight me.
I was not.
Yes, you also
Yes,
were on
you
Paolo's
also. You were
team.
also gonna
Don't
fight. You were also
even.
gonna fight that. No, and that's the reason
Yes.
why we actually wrote a public apology that was not included in the script because apparently it's not professional. Pero, alam mo, we just want to say sorry to Mo. She is our resident pygmy hippo
you.
On the show. And tama siya, it's Bondi.
Yeah, it is Bondi.
Bondi Beach.
Thank you
oo.
guys. I
Yes.
accept the apology. Thank you.
Akala namin yung accent lang nila eh, no? That's
Bondi.
why.
Bondi.
Because when you say good day, it's good
day.
day. Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, diba? But anyway, before we
Anyway,
get on to
thank you
talking
for the
about the
apology.
Australian accent at makancel po kami, mag-weather report muna tayo. Let's take a look at Palawan, Visayas, and Mindanao. They already have their umbrellas ready because it's going to be another rainy day in those areas. Now, Pag-asa says the Intertropical Convergence Zone, or the ITCZ, is dumping scattered rains in these places, including Masbate, Catanduanes, Albay, and Sorsogon. Now, places affected by the ITCZ should watch out for possible flash floods or landslides triggered by the moderate to heavy rains. The northeast monsoon or hanging amihan also causes rains up north, particularly the Ilocos and Cordillera regions, as well as the Cagayan Valley. Metro Manila and the rest of the country should also watch out for localized or rather isolated rain showers due to the localized thunderstorms. Sunset today is set at 5:35 p.m. Tune into Weather HQ later on at 9 a.m. for updates, whatever the weather, only here on BNC, the Bilyonaryo News Channel.
Vice President Sara Duterte says she feels the support of her father, former President Rodrigo Duterte, whether or not she's running for the 2028 presidential election and amid the impeachment complaints she faces now. She says at this point, they're just waiting for the House of Representatives' action so they could plan their next move.
Sabi niya na since hindi ko tatanggapin yung pera, mag-lawyer siya para sa akin. So sinabi niya he will collaborate. He will be a collaborating counsel for all cases. Mo yang ginaingon. And he's preparing his documents karon sa IBP so that he can sign as a lawyer of good standing.
She adds she's confident she didn't violate any law, but believes there is no rule of law nowadays anyway. When asked if she could find forgiveness towards the Marcoses camp in her heart, she responds, maybe next Christmas.
Meanwhile, the Makabayan bloc calls VP Sara's latest course of action desperate. The bloc also described the vice president's plan as a political maneuver to evade accountability. It adds the VP is diverting the issue on her office's spending of confidential funds. The Makabayan bloc also says the Dutertes must answer corruption allegations against the VP and extrajudicial killings against the former president.
The administration's bets dominated the latest SWS senatorial preference survey. 10 of them made the top 12 list, number 1 being House Deputy Majority Leader Erwin Tulfo, followed by Senators Bong Revilla, Bong Go, and Pia Cayetano. Meanwhile, independent candidates Ben Tulfo and Willie Revillame also made it on the list. The survey was conducted on December 12 to 18, where respondents were given 70 names and asked to pick 12.
Over on sports, the Miami Heat says Jimmy Butler is going nowhere amid the persistent trade rumors. Now, on X, formerly Twitter, Heat President Pat Riley issued a statement saying that there's rather denying such a move. Riley also says the speculation has become a, quote, distraction to the team and is not fair to the players and coaches. Butler's agent recently criticized a report by ESPN insider Sham Charania, claiming his client wanted out of Miami. The NBA trade deadline is scheduled for February 6th of next year. And the Los Angeles Lakers heaving a sigh of relief as they edge out the Golden State Warriors in their Christmas Day showdown, 115 to 113. Austin Reeves is him, indeed, as he registered a triple-double, 26 points, 10 rebounds, and 10 assists, and the game-winning layup.
In entertainment news, young R&B artist Denise Julia says she will file a defamation suit against celebrity photographer BJ Pascual and content creator Killa Kush about a podcast episode that alleges Denise of canceling a photo shoot last minute. After the issue went viral, Denise broke her silence and shared screenshots of conversations between her and Pascual's manager about a supposed photo shoot and a planned budget that the two camps didn't agree on. BJ also posted screenshots to share additional information, saying Denise's post didn't reflect full context. Even after communicating an openness for resolution among parties during the holidays, Denise seemed to have shifted gears and told BJ and Killa on a tweet that she will see them in court. The singer also reposted BJ's screenshots post with a screen recording and wrote, "You targeted to bring me down. I hate that this had to go this way when it didn't have to."
Parang thesis defense against thesis defense.
I was like, this is getting too intense.
I know. And yeah, she's right. It didn't have to, reach that level. They could have just talked in private.
I mean, who started it again? BJ started it with a podcast.
yes,
but then
yes.
she should have also just, I feel like they should have just talked.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it depends on what you mean by started it. Like, Denise did cancel.
She canceled, but then
Yes.
BJ did publicly
public.
go
Publicly
out.
or talked
Yes.
about
But then
it.
I feel like after that, they should have just let it die down. And if I were Denise, I would have just spoken to BJ and said, okay,
Yes,
let's
yes.
just talk, and then let's come up with something to post to the public, just to make it, just to kill the fire.
It's just so it can be resolved easily
feel like this is
without
so
having
petty.
to go to
But then we
court.
won't have anything to talk about. So,
Yeah, yes.
Actually.
no. But all joking aside, it really is. It's funny. It's funny because it's more of like a he said, she said at this point.
yeah,
You know.
yeah.
So we'll see what happens there, and if it actually does go to court.
We'll see. Meanwhile, President Bongbong Marcos is encouraging moviegoers to support this year's Metro Manila Film Festival. 10 films are showcased in the MMFF, which is celebrating its 50th anniversary. You can watch these movies until January 7th.
Ang panahon ng Kapaskuhan ay panahon upang lalong magsama-sama at magmahalan ang bawat pamilya at ang bawat isa sa atin. Ngayong Kapaskuhan, bibidang muli ang mga kwento ng ating lahi dahil ito sa espesyal na selebrasyon na ika-50 taon ng Metro Manila Film Festival na bahagi na ng ating buhay at kultura bilang Pilipino. Tangkilikin po natin ang kwentong Pilipino. Isama ang buong pamilya, buong barkada at panoorin ang 10 pelikula na handog ng MMFF. Mabuhay ang pelikulang Pilipino. Happy 50 years, MMFF!
That is going to be my project for this weekend. I need to see all 10 of those movies.
Over the weekend?
See MMFF.
Over the weekend, yeah.
Daming time ni Anne this weekend.
Dami. Actually, tayo, madami tayong
Actually,
time.
she'll
It's gonna
be
a
hanging
long
out all
weekend.
day.
I'll be out of
No,
town.
I'm busy too.
Yeah,
so
I'm out of
ikaw
town,
lang.
so
I want to watch, yeah. My daughter wants to see that Vice Ganda movie, and I've seen snippets of Isang Himala, and it looks
I
spectacular.
do want to see the Isang Himala,
Yeah.
the My Future You, and what's the other one? The Kingdom.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Kingdom
yeah.
looks
Yes,
So
yes.
in other words,
so
lahat ng mga nag-guest natin.
Exactly,
Because we have to take care of them
Oh my God,
also.
I also
Exactly.
interviewed Direct Chito Ronyo, so I want to see Espantajo as
Yeah,
well.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
Julian Santos is there and Lorna Tolentino, really big stars. So I want to catch
I
that
feel like
too.
the lineup this year is so good.
Yes.
And after I watch MMFF, my Tagalog will be 100% better.
I don't know about 100% better. Sana better, but I don't know it'll be 100% better. But yeah, I mean, like it's what I want to do also is I want to wait for the audience reactions too. Try and figure out, because I won't have as much time, so I want to try and see which one rises above in terms of the cream of the crop.
Let's see. But I feel like all of them got really good reviews. And
Yeah.
actually,
Yes,
some of them
yes,
showed
yes.
up for some of the screenings during Christmas time.
Yeah.
The cast showed up. I said,
I think
"Aw."
I've read an article about that already. The top 4 movies that people went to see starting January, December 25th
25.
when the MMFF started. And I think the top 4, if I'm not mistaken, was Espantajo, Vice Gandas, and The Breadwinner Is. And
Isn't that the Vice Ganda movie, The Breadwinner
yeah, and The
Is?
Breadwinner Is. And oh my goodness, The Kingdom.
Yeah.
And I forgot the fourth one.
But actually,
The top
I
4.
read that people were saying Vic Soto, also known as Bossing, that I learned the other day. They said that he played the Kingdom Lacan really well.
Yeah, it's his first
Yeah.
dramatic
Yes.
role.
Yeah, I'm
in
excited to
Nolan's
see
comedy. I mean, like, you know, they, Direct Michael talked to us about that, the whole transformation he had to do to
Right.
try and be a more dramatic actor. Kaya tingnan natin, tingnan natin
Topak
kung
is
ano.
good too. I saw Arjo Atayde over there.
Topak?
Yeah, I saw reviews of the movie and they said it's really, really good. Topak.
You know what? We should all definitely go to MMFF together and wait for me and Pao.
You don't have time nga eh. It's only running until like when?
January 7th.
Time.
Tagal na eh.
7.
Oh, it's there for a while.
Yeah, let's go.
I mean, like,
wait for us.
actually, to be fair, especially with how good a lot of these movies are, they probably will actually be available after.
Yes.
I hope so. I hope they
MMFF.
extend
I hope
it.
so.
So hopefully,
Yeah.
hopefully more success for all those movies. Right, so we've got more stories for you later on in the show because one of our heroes from this year's Paris Olympics will join us live in studio. Catch a conversation with the Olympic boxer and Olympic bronze medalist Aira Villegas after a break. It's a beautiful day. We'll be right back.
Five, four, three, two, one. Happy New Year! Yay! 2025 is here in Times Square. Today, we are revving up the countdown to the new year. The eyes of the world will be focused atop one Times Square when the famous ball drops and these numerals light up at midnight to welcome 2025. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year! Yay! It's looking perfect. We got a bright future ahead of us today. The numerals weigh approximately 1,200 pounds. They're 7 feet tall. The heaviest numeral is a 0 at 380 pounds. There's 620 light bulbs. There is 145 light bulbs in each of the 2s. There's 164 light bulbs in the 0. And interestingly, there's 166 light bulbs in our new 5. They're ready. Guys out there, you guys ready? This is going to be the loudest ever. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year! Yay! 2025 is here. These numerals are going to be on display here until December 23rd for everyone to come down to Times Square. We welcome everybody to get their picture in front of the numerals. I'm coming with 2025 jokes next year, though. I got to tell you, I got to work them out. That looks like it's really good. I think, are we good? Or we want one more? Are we good? Star here, the 2025. Thank you guys very much. We'll be next year.
Welcome back. You're still watching It's a Beautiful Day. Now, our guest today is one of the country's heroes in this year's Paris Olympics. Boxer Aira Villegas brought pride and honor as she secured a bronze medal in the inaugural women's light flyweight event in Paris. Now, she joins us live in studio. It's a beautiful day, Aira. Magandang umaga.
Morning po.
Buti na nagising ka. Oo. So, galing kang late for the holidays, tama ba?
Yes po.
Oo. So, first of all, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Let's look back at yung 2024 mo kasi it was a roller coaster. Naalala ko, I was there when you failed to qualify the first time sa Paris ng Asian Games. Naalala ko kasi first bout, talo ka na.
Yes po.
Oo, tapos nag-qualifier ka
So,
para sa quota, di ba?
yes.
And then all of a sudden, nandun ka sa Paris. Gano'ng ka roller coaster yung 2024 mo?
Roller coaster. Okay naman yun po yung 2024 but the 2023, it's not good. And then the 2024 po, doon po ako bumawi kasi this year po nakuha ko pa yung unang gold ko, then qualify, and then the Olympics. So it was good po.
Oo. You-mention mo yung unang gold mo eh. Right before that, prior to that, sa SEA Games, bronze medal ka.
Yes.
Hindi ka nanalo sa Asian Games. Gano'ng ka-importante yung gold na yun para sa'yo?
Sa tagal ko po sa national team, 12 years. So, first time ko po na gold. Kasi ang hirap po lalo na po sa category ko po, sobrang dami po namin. So, ang hirap po niya. Tapos, matagal ko na siyang pinapangarap ever since. Parang kailan ako mag-gold. Minsan, binibiro ko pa sila na anong feeling kaya na mismo sa'yo, ipapatugtog yung national anthem ng Pilipinas. Kasi kahit naman po sa mga, sa mga teammate ko, tapos pinapatugtog yung, iba yung feeling eh. Parang, ano yung feeling pag sa'yo. So, that year, this year, nung pinatugtog siya sa akin, iba yung feeling. Tapos sabi ko na sana sa Olympic, mapatugtog yon para sa Pilipinas. And then, kahit hindi sa akin, okay lang. Dahil meron naman po kay Yulo, 2 beses pa.
2 beses pa nga, di ba? Oo. Actually, just to put in context, girls, kasi si Aira needed to win the gold to qualify for the Olympics. It was for the quota tournament. So that was her first time winning gold. And normally, the only time you can hear your national anthem is kung nag-gold medal ka sa podium, di ba?
And how was that? How was your feeling when you qualified for the Paris Olympics?
Sobrang mixed emotion po kasi this year po, meron pa rin po akong injury. Hindi pa as in totally healed. So, hindi siya 100%. But, ayun nga po, mindset and tiwala kay God din sa sarili mo din, syempre, sa lahat po.
And how are your preps for the Paris Olympics? Did you really feel pressured or were you just like, I'm just gonna go there and do my best?
Hindi naman po, hindi po ako na-pressure dahil hindi ko pa pinapressure yung sarili ko. Kasi po, the more ko mo pinapressure, masyadong, hindi mo magagawa yung mga plan and everything na pinaghirapan mo. So ako po parang, naka-mindset lang po ako dun sa training ko kung ano yung ginawa ko. And then, mahilig po kasi ako parang before I sleep and paggising ko sa umaga, parang nag-affirm pa ako na today, ganito. May sinasabi ako lagi sa sarili ko and then, and parang like nung, qualifying and then Paris. Before the qualifying, lagi ko sinasabi na magka-qualify ako, mag-Olympic ako, and then nung nasa Olympic na ako, and then magme-medal ako sa Olympic. So, ayun.
And you did!
Yun yung affirmation mo, no?
Yes,
Every
po.
day na magkaka-medal ka.
Manifestation.
Alam mo, curious ako, anong feeling like when you're there, pag lumalaban ka na, naiisip mo pa ba, kailan may medal ako, or you're just caught in the moment?
Nung nasa Olympic na po ako, pag palabas po ako, wala na po, as in totally, focus po ako dun sa kalaban ko. Wala akong pakialam sa paligid ko. So, yung focus ko po is yung game ko and coaches. Kung ano yung binibigay na instructions sa akin ng coach, yun ang kailangan ko sundin. Tapos yung game plan. And then, syempre, yung kalaban ko kasi pinapanood ko sila bago po yung laban. Pinag-study. Yun lang po. So, yung pressure, wala po talaga, hindi po ako nag-iisip kung anong isip mo. Basta ang importante is, gagawin ko yung best ko and then, yun nga po yung parang gusto ko magka-medal. Any medal, basta magbibigay ako ng medal sa Pilipinas.
And you did get the medal.
Yeah,
Bronze
congrats.
medal.
No, and the interesting thing is, kahit sa boxing, kahit mag-isa ka sa boxing, at least sa ring, team sport pa rin siya eh. Kasi grabe yung samahan ninyo with sina Yumir, sina Nesty, and so on. Gano'n ka-importante yun, yung may kasama kayong Olympic medalist na talaga, na siguro mentally, in terms of yung confidence ninyo going into yung Paris Olympics?
Siyempre po, sobrang nakaka-proud po na makabilang po sa sa mga Olympic medalists natin. And then okay naman po kami lahat kasi pag sa Olympic Village parang nandun po lahat and then yan, nag-usap-usap minsan pero usually ako po may pagka-introvert sometimes lalo pag sa game kasi mas gusto ko focus so nasa lang po ako nasa room and then training pagising training ganun lang talaga ako kain training sa parang usually yun lang talaga po yung routine ko.
Then, nag-Mets pa kayo before nag-Paris. Isang buwan ba yun na nasa Mets
Halos
kayo?
isang buwan.
Halos isang buwan. Tapos, syempre, after that, okay, bronze medal, nakadalawang gold si Kaloy, most successful Olympics natin ever. Pagbalik niyo sa Pilipinas, parang rockstar na kayo eh, diba? Yung grabe yung reception nyo, nagulat ba kayo?
Siguro po sa amin po, hindi naman po masyado kasi medyo sanay na rin sa crowd po. Lalo na po sa ring nga. So, ayun. Parang yung feeling lang is sobrang grateful po sa lahat po and then blessed sa natanggap po.
When you won the bronze medal in Paris, who was the first person you called back home? I'm sure your family.
Yes po. Siyempre po yung mother and father ko po.
And how did they receive it?
Sobrang saya po nila, syempre, tsaka naiyak po. Kasi po, ginagawa ko po talaga yun before pa po kasi, ever since po kasi nag-start ako ng boxing, sila po talaga yung inspiration ko na makaahon po kami sa kahirapan.
Yun nga yung gusto kong tanongin. How did Aira Villegas start in boxing? Paano ba nagsimula? And yun din ba yung path na gustong ipatake sa'yo ng magulang mo?
Hindi po, nagulat lang din po sila kasi po, actually po talaga, sa family po namin, sa older brother and then sa pangalawa hanggang sa akin na po hanggang sa, parang nagbaboxing po.
Okay.
So parang nakuha ko siya doon sa brother ko. First idol ko po talaga is yung kuya ko.
Okay.
Kasi parang pag umuwi siya laging may medal and then sabi ko, paano niya nakukuha ito lahat? Tapos sa bahay, laging may trophy and everything. Siyempre ako parang school lang, bahay, gano'n. And then, parang...
Meron ba siyang Olympic bronze?
Pinag-compare ka
Competitive bigla eh, no?
Tapos parang I want this, tapos parang ayun, umuwi siya laging may pera. Tapos hindi na siya humingi kasi sa magulang namin ng pambayad sa school, parang sa kanya na. Tapos lagi niyang binibigyan kami ng mga pasalubong niya galing ibang lugar. So parang gusto ko ng ganon. Tapos paano niya nakukuha yung pera, di ba? Tapos ibibigyan niya sa magulang namin, parang hindi niya siya Tapos parang gusto ko nang pumasok sa boxing. Pero bata pa lang talaga ako, 9 years old, tinuturuan niya ako. Parang lang siya, more on defense lang para sa sarili mo.
Okay. You mentioned that your brother's your boxing idol. Now, let's talk about opponents. Is there a dream opponent that you want to fight in the ring anytime soon?
Yung nakatalo sa kanya dati,
Yes.
feeling ko. Gusto niya yung
Ayun. Yun nga po. Ako po, hindi po kasi ako agad nangangarap ng kakalabanin. Parang kung sino yung nakakatalo sa akin, yun ang pinapangarap ko po. Like po, nung nag-gold po ako, unang gold ko, yung nakatalo po kasi ako unang nagbigay ng medal sa akin sa outside the country, yun din po yung tinalo ko. And then, nung qualifying, siya yung nagtalo sa akin ng World Championship, siya din po yung tinalo ko. And then, yung mga ngayon po, yung mga nakalaban ko, lalo na yung France po, siya din po yung nakalaban ko nung, I think it's 2002 po ata, sa Bulgaria. Siya yung nakalaban ko. So, sabi ko, nung nakita ko sila sa line-up, sabi ko, kailangan ko talunin to eh. Pero yun nga, hindi ako nakabawi doon sa Turkey. So, sana, yun, pag nag-Olympic, para magkita pa rin kami. Kasi gusto ko talagang bumawi sa kanya.
Kasi small world yung weight class ninyo eh. Parang umiikot lang kayo dun eh, no? But at the same time rin, syempre, looking forward na tayo eh. Tapos na yung Paris, there's a lot to look forward to. Siguro, looking outside of, going forward sa career mo, ano yung mga next goals mo muna? And of course is LA on your mind? Siyempre may konting issue ngayon tungkol sa LA kung magkakaroon ng boxing sa Olympics doon. Pero kamusta naman yung focus mo at ano yung mga goals mo, especially going into next year?
Sa ngayon kasi po, after ng Olympic po kasi sa habang ng panahon po na nasa boxing ako. Yung ngayon po parang nag-focus muna ako sa family ko. Pero after this, next year, parang balat ulit, training ulit. Kasi po mayroon pang SEA Games, Asian Games. Marami pa pong laro World Championship. So, siguro po parang yung iba, hindi ko po sasabihin kasi parang ako po kasi yung tao, parang surprise lang, ganon. Parang tahimik like social media. Tahimik po talaga ako, tapos parang boom lang, ganon.
Okay.
Tapos biglang may parada na siya.
Rockstar na siya bigla, no? You know what? I'm curious. Kung hindi ka nag-training, but I'm sure your life kind of revolves around boxing and training, di ba? But when you're not boxing, anong other interests mo?
Love life, Charles.
Sabi nga eh.
Hindi po. Gusto ko yan.
Grabe, pati yung mga hirit ka, knockout rin eh, no?
At least my love life siya.
Hindi po,
No, seriously.
Ayun po, ayun, yung love life ko is, ayun, gym lang, parang gano'n lang din po. Pero ano po, outdoors po talaga. Like hiking, gano'n po. Mahilig po ako sa mga ganyan po. And then, yun po.
Yeah.
Siyempre, 2024, how would you describe it para sa'yo? Siguro one word. I-one word natin siya.
Blessed po. Sobrang blessed.
I love that.
Grabe. Kasi iba talaga yung 2024 mo. Imagine, from not winning a gold medal prior to all of a sudden, nag-qualify ka. At last chance mo na yun. She needed to win her last bout because she missed, I think, 3 ata yung chances mo prior to that, no? Or, I think, pangatlong chance ata yun. Kasi Asian Games yung unang qualifier. Tapos yung pangalawa was...
Pangalawa po.
Pangalawa to?
And the last one po is sa Thailand po nung second world qualifying. Tapos
Ayun.
sa ano po ka nag-qualify? Sa Italy po.
Sa Italy.
Oh, please.
Yeah, basta either way, grabe talaga. What a journey. And of course, Paris doing a lot better. When's the next time we can see you in the ring siguro?
Next year.
Next year na-
Next year na po agad.
Next year agad.
Next year, next week na yun.
Yes nga po.
Oh, yeah. Next week na yun, next year.
Parang next week, gano'n lang.
Oo,
Do
ganun
you
na rin.
train also?
Ngayon po, hindi. Nagtitraining po, pero hindi po parang consistent
intense.
na lagi po
Not
kasi
yet,
po
yeah.
medyo busy
Holiday
pa rin
break.
po. Yes po.
Yes.
Tapos marami pa rin pong mga engagements po. So parang...
Oo nga naman. Pagbakasyonin nyo naman si Ira.
Hindi lang may plano yan eh. May
Yes.
mag-ramp up pa yun eh.
Yes.
Mag-ramp up pa yun eh.
Don't forget about us, Ira, when you go to LA and win that gold.
Yeah.
We're manifesting
They're gonna
it
guess
now.
again.
Sasama tayo.
Actually, yeah, bring us with you, your cheering squad.
Mag-LA naman. Hindi ako
Kinabahan
napuntang
si
Paris,
Ira,
kaya
no?
mag-LA
Parang,
naman ako.
okay.
Oh my goodness. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Aira Villegas, maraming salamat. Thank you very
you
much
po.
for joining us this
Thank
morning.
you so much.
Ira. Now, guys, when we return, an international organization sounds the alarm on the potential impact of the Maharlika Investment Fund on the country's state-owned banks. It's a beautiful day. We'll be right back.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the theater. Tonight, we have a very special guest, Supreme Court Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson. She happens to be making her Broadway debut tonight. She is from the theater just like us, so let us welcome her to Verona. I like it too. Yay. I think what I like about it is that I am having a very strongly negative reaction to it. Like I hate it. Which makes me think it must be brilliant. Female empowerment. Sick. Show me the meaning of being lonely. Is this the feeling I need to walk with? Tell me why I can't be there when you are. There's something missing in my heart. Sorry, did you all date Romeo? Yes. Oh, we used to do more than date. He used to come to my balcony all the time. Yours too.
Okay, well, I actually married him. When he first saw me, he said, "Did my heart love till now? For swear at sight, for I never saw your beauty till this night."
Woo! Please take her bow.
Welcome back. You're still watching It's a Beautiful Day. Now, a lawmaker from the lower house is slamming China's apparent meddling as the Philippines seeks to purchase a missile system from the United States. Surigao del Sur Representative Ace Barber says Filipinos, including lawmakers, should support Defense Secretary Gibot Teodoro's stance against the Chinese government. Barbers adds it is none of China's concerns if the U.S. brings its Typhoon missile system to the Philippines. He points out the country does not meddle when China holds its military exercises with Russia. But former Bayan Muna party list Congressman Carlos Zarate says purchasing high-tech firearms is not the solution amid the West Philippine Sea dispute. He explains it will only put a heavy strain on our debt, and it may even cause an arms race in the region.
The president is scheduled to sign the 2025 budget on December 30. But like what happened with the 2024 budget, some are planning to file a petition calling the version ratified at the BICAM unconstitutional. Agatha Gregorio has his special report.
The 2025 budget is under thorough review by the president and his cabinet to ensure it's constitutional. But soon there may be a petition against it at the Supreme Court alleging it's unconstitutional. Law professor Dante Gatmaytan, who also contested the constitutionality of the 2024 budget, talked about this possible petition.
Pwedeng i-lump together lahat ng mga claims ng unconstitutionality, like yung size ng budget, which is a lot bigger than the one offered by the president. Yung pagtanggal ng pera from PhilHealth. All of those things will be put into one case, or different parties bringing various issues. We're going to challenge the legality of many of these provisions, and we're going to ask, I think, hindi ko pa na-consult to, the petitioners are going to ask the Supreme Court to direct Congress to enact a budget for yung mga tinanggalan ng pera illegally, including the PhilHealth.
Together with Senate Minority Leader Coco Pimentel, Gatmaytan was among the signatories to the petition against the order to transfer nearly 90 billion pesos of PhilHealth funds to the National Treasury. Gatmaytan brought up a similar issue for 2025.
There's no such thing as excess, not in the current state of PhilHealth. May COA report na this morning sa news that they are not sure PhilHealth can survive as a business with the state of their finances. So tatanggalin mo pa yung kanyang budget for operations, talagang magko-collapse yan. Yung unconstitutionality naman comes because a General Appropriations Act cannot amend a special law. Yung mga laws na sinasabi namin, yung PhilHealth Act mismo says na pag marami kang pera, there are only two things you can do with that money. You broaden yung coverage ng PhilHealth, di ba? Dahil napaka-limited niya ngayon. Or, ano yung isa? Bawasan yung premium na binabayaran natin. Okay? But, they're moving the money.
Multiple lawmakers have also spoken out against the removal of PhilHealth subsidy in 2025. These include Pimentel, Bongo, Aimee Marcos, and Mig Zubiri. Zubiri hopes for the resolution of the issue in the education sector, especially the computerization program of the Education Department. According to the senator, the budget could be unconstitutional as DepEd no longer has the highest budget. But Gatmaytan said this was not an issue, as the Constitution only states education must be prioritized, but does not explicitly say education must have the largest allocation. Malacanang previously said some provisions in the budget would be vetoed. Gatmaytan is against this as that would only remove funding.
Ang options niya is, one, to repeal, veto the entire budget. So Congress has no choice but to write another one. At hopefully consistent yung provisions niya with the Constitution. Ang pwede niyang gawin is to convince both houses of Congress to reconvene the BICAM and then fix all the problems.
For now, it's a waiting game for lawmakers and the Filipino public on what the president will do with the budget. The Presidential Communications Office says the president is scheduled to sign the 2025 budget on December 30. Agatha Gregorio, Bilyonaryo News Channel.
The International Monetary Fund warns about the impact the Maharlika Investment Fund could have on state-owned Land Bank and Development Bank of the Philippines. Sujin Kim reports.
The International Monetary Fund is calling for the immediate recapitalization of state-owned Land Bank of the Philippines and the Development Bank of the Philippines. This recommendation follows Land Bank and DBP's 75 billion peso contribution to the Maharlika Investment Corporation, the country's first sovereign wealth fund. The MIC was created to finance critical projects such as infrastructure development, renewable energy, and digitalization initiatives. However, the IMF noted that the contribution significantly impacted the bank's liquidity and common equity, a key indicator of financial health. Based on the data, the CET1 ratios of both banks declined, with DBP falling below the regulatory minimum of 10%.
Because of that reduction in capital, DBP will have no choice but to reduce its assets and loan portfolio. Simple implication, they cannot expand.
Land Bank and DBP previously requested regulatory relief from the central bank. This means temporarily waiving penalties for failing to meet regulatory capital requirements. Escucha remains optimistic that DBP can regain the 10% CET1 ratio by year-end, provided it generates a net income of 10.4 billion pesos. Despite this, Escucha warned that extending exemptions to Land Bank and DBP could create an unfair advantage over private banks.
Well, it's an obvious issue because dapat kasi to keep the playing field. Kasi if that requirement is good for the private sector banks, that should also be applied to the government-owned banks. It's as simple as that.
The IMF added that the central bank must ensure that any exemptions are temporary and will not compromise the integrity of the financial system. Sujin Kim, Bilyonaryo News Channel.
Now, before the year ends, take another look at the names and faces that made the news this year. That story and more after the break. It's a beautiful day. We'll be right back.
Eddie's looking very smart. Hello, Eddie. He's woken up specially for you. Find a special place.
Okay, this one here.
You've been a good girl. I have been very good, actually. Very, very good. So, very happy Christmas and happy New Year. Thank you.
Magandang araw, Pilipinas! Sa bawat issue may iba't ibang anggulo. Sa bawat storya may iba't ibang kwento.
Himayin natin ang bawat sulok at bawat kanto mula sa iba't ibang perspektibo na madaling maintindihan ng karaniwang mamamayan.
Every Saturday na mga magdadag to 11:30 a.m. Kaya huwag kayong papahuli mga kababayan. Manatiling may pakialam sa mga issue sa ating bansa kaya samahan niyo kami. Dito lang sa Cuatro Cantos!
Magandang gabi, ako po si Pinky Webb. At ako naman si Corina Sanchez Rojas. Simulan na natin ang agenda. Posibleng paglabag sa international humanitarian law ng dating Pangulong Duterte, sinisilip na ng DOJ. Super Typhoon Pepito nag-iwan ng matinding pinsala sa ilang mga lalawigan. U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin muling bumisita sa Pilipinas. Sa bawat issue, may anggulo at ang balita may agenda.
Good evening, I'm Pinky Webb. Tonight we ask the questions, what does the investigation cover? We tackle the issues.
The President's immunity from suit is absolute.
We clarify matters and we get on point.
Watch his press con. Sinabi niya na ayaw niya ng kudita.
What is questionable about the AR, sir? The Vice President keeps insisting walang active threat kung hindi ako mamamatay.
Tignan na lang natin, mahirap pang pangunahan eh.
Pinky Webb, on point.
Welcome back. You're still watching It's a Beautiful Day. In entertainment, R&B queen Beyonce is keeping her fans guessing after her halftime performance at the NFL's Christmas Day game. The 32-time Grammy winner dropped a video on her social media accounts Thursday. It shows Beyonce on a horse waving the American flag. The brief video ends with a simple message that said January 14, 2025. Beyonce performed hits from her 8th studio album, Cowboy Carter, during the game, featuring the Baltimore Ravens against the Houston Texans. Now, if this is a teaser of what's to come in 2025, like a world tour or something, I'm really hoping that Philippines will be one of her stops.
I don't think the Philippines can accommodate Beyonce.
Wasn't she here before?
I don't think she's ever been here in the Philippines.
I actually don't know.
No, wait, I think she was.
Baka
But that was a
Destiny's
long
Child.
time ago. No, Beyonce, if I'm not mistaken. Can someone research that? 'Cause I was still in radio and I remember that
came?
Yeah, Beyonce.
Baka you weren't here.
Maybe.
Baka,
Yeah,
because that was a
yeah.
long time ago.
But
I
either
know
way-
she was here.
Beyonce.
But if she comes back, oh my goodness, manifesting.
But
Girl,
then-
well, that sold out yan in like a second. You know how hard it is to get
naman,
concert
the
tickets here in
organizers.
the Philippines?
Then, so this is the point where Anne will ask for tickets again and she won't get
Yes.
it.
And then we'll talk about the concert afterwards.
we'll talk about the
I'd be
concert
sad.
afterwards.
You know,
And Anne will be sad.
I feel that someday I will get something free.
But
Yeah,
I
free
do want to
tickets.
see Destiny's Child together.
Yes, right?
Yeah.
Well, I forgot lang what year, but she was here before.
Yeah,
Beyonce.
no, it's great. I mean, like it's funny because I think Pinoy should watch the NFL more, especially the Minnesota Vikings because
yeah.
of Cam Bynum.
They're dancing.
Yeah, because he's
So
Pinoy,
good.
right? And he leads the dance crew of the team every time they score a touchdown. They did the Camp Rock choreography last time against Seattle
I saw
Seahawks.
that. I was like, it was so on point too.
It's just really good. I mean, like there's a lot happening in the NFL entertainment-wise in
Aren't
general.
they showing that
'cause,
on Netflix already?
No, they're not. So you have
okay.
to. But you know, people will find a way to watch it. The NFL Network's also online. But the dances you could see in general.
Yes,
All right. So meanwhile, one of the most memorable sports comedy films of the 90s is getting a sequel. Now, streaming giant Netflix dropped a teaser for Happy Gilmore 2, starring Adam Sandler. The 1996 film tells the story of a hot-headed hockey player who shifts to golf in the hopes of reclaiming his grandmother's house from the IRS. Happy Gilmore 2 has yet to have a definite release date, but it is scheduled to hit the streaming platform next year. Here's a look.
It's great to see you back, Mr. Gilmore.
Yeah, baby!
We've only just begun.
Gilmore.
Make you happy.
It looks
looks
so
exciting.
good.
I love,
can't
I love Happy Gilmore. Growing up in 1996, I was 6 years old. But when you look
Giving up your age.
Nagmask ako bigla.
I know, I'm like, wait.
no, but then it was just really fun watching that growing up. One of my favorite scenes there is when Bob Barker, the host of The Price is Right, punches Adam Sandler and screams, "The price is wrong." It's so good. It's such a good movie, and I think that was probably near the start of Adam Sandler's really good run of comedy films.
He had great
Yeah.
movies in the
Great
90s.
movies,
Like
yeah.
his comedy,
Until
not
now.
even his dramas are amazing.
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
he's
Uncut
up
Gems
there.
is really good. Yeah.
Click.
There's- Click. It's really
Yeah.
good. 51st Dates, of course.
Yes,
for the
51st
rom-com
Dates.
fans.
Big
Yeah.
Daddy. What is it? Big Daddy?
Big Daddy,
Big
the one with the
Daddy.
kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, Little Nicky for
Nicky.
that group. I mean, like it's just such. He had such a good run of comedic films, and he's one of those guys that he can keep churning out hits.
Yep.
Yeah.
Came out with
Even until
Netflix
now.
stuff. Yeah, Murder Mystery with Jennifer
Yeah.
Aniston.
Yeah,
There's
that was
just a
nice
lot
too.
happening for Adam Sandler, and I can't wait for Happy Gilmore 2.
I'm so excited. But it's so crazy that Travis Kelce, again, I'm like, is that him? He made a cameo, right? Travis Kelce, Tay-Tay's boyfriend. Hold on. He's going to pop out in a bit. He's the one that said, "Mr. Gilmore, nice to see you again."
Oh my
There,
goodness.
wait, here, there.
There
I
he
didn't
is.
know he was an actor.
Well, he can do whatever he
yeah.
wants. Yeah.
Yeah, because he is
now,
Tay-Tay's
with
boyfriend.
his status, yeah.
Hi, nako. Well, anyway, let's take another look at this year because it's almost coming to an end. But before that, let's look back on some of the top names that made headlines this 2024 in this special report by Hannah T.
In 2024, there were names that stood out in the world of news and public discussion.
some due to controversy, some success, and others because of legal challenges. Here are 10 personalities who stood out in the year 2024. Number 10, Maris Racal. Maris Racal did not just shine in music and film in 2024, but also on social media due to her involvement in a love triangle with Anthony Jennings and his ex-girlfriend. Despite the controversy, her film Sunshine garnered recognition and was even selected for the Palm Springs International Film Festival. Numbers 9 and 8, Donald Trump and Kamala Harris. In the recent 2024 U.S. presidential election, Donald Trump defeated U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris, who became the Democratic candidate after President Joe Biden withdrew from the race. A significant shift is expected in the U.S. following Trump's victory as the Republicans regain control of both the Senate and the House of Representatives.
Understand, this is someone who has openly said he would terminate, I'm quoting, terminate the Constitution of the United States, that he would weaponize the Department of Justice against his political enemies. Someone who has openly expressed disdain for members of our military. Understand what it would mean if Donald Trump were back in the White House.
So she just started by saying she's going to do this, she's going to do that, she's going to do all these wonderful things. Why hasn't she done it? She's been there for 3.5 years. They've had 3.5 years to fix the border. They've had 3.5 years to create jobs and all the things we talked about. Why hasn't she done it?
After receiving multiple awards and prizes. Number 6, Mary Jane Veloso. The Philippines successfully brought home death row inmate Mary Jane Veloso, who spent over a decade in prison in Indonesia for drug trafficking. She reunited with her family this Christmas, while the Veloso family and several groups continue to call for her absolute pardon.
Hindi namin akalain na mangyayari ito. Sa 15 years, ito nagkasama-sama na kami ng Pasko.
Number 5, Apollo Quiboloy. Kingdom of Jesus Christ leader Apollo Quiboloy was arrested this year after months in hiding. He is former President Rodrigo Duterte's spiritual advisor and one of the most influential preachers in Mindanao. Included in the FBI's Most Wanted, he also faces criminal charges including human trafficking and sexual abuse here in the country.
Kung meron po silang mga charges na criminal laban sa akin, malaya po silang mag-file ng kaso.
Number 4, Alice Go. Alice Go or Go Hua-ping was dismissed as mayor of Bamban-Tarlac after being linked to illegal pogo operations. There are also allegations that she is a Chinese spy. She is now detained at the Pasig City Jail facing multiple charges including human trafficking. Number 3, former President Rodrigo Duterte. The issue of Duterte's drug war persists even after he left office. The House Quad Committee has diligently investigated allegations involving some of his family members in illegal drug trade. Number 2, President Bongbong Marcos. Despite the Uniteam fallout this year, President Marcos managed to sign significant laws and crack down on illegal pogo operations in the country.
Effective today, all pogos are banned.
His administration also continued relevant projects in infrastructure and other sectors. And number 1, Vice President Sara Duterte. Vice President Sara's name remained at the center of news this year, from the viral Zoom meeting where she made threatening remarks against the first couple and House Speaker, to the allegations of misuse of confidential funds and 3 impeachment complaints. She continues to be one of the most powerful officials in the country. In 2024, these individuals made stories of success and controversy. Who will leave their mark in 2025? Hannah T, Bilyonaryo News Channel.
Getting fit and staying healthy is a consistent resolution for many of us heading into the new year. Although, let's admit it, it's easier said than done. Now, in an interview on Newsfeed at noon, an expert gives us his advice on how to achieve and make good on our fitness goals. Coach Aaron De La Cruz says, do not overthink, and as EGOT winner John Legend would have it, take it slow.
Most people look at it like, I'm gonna do this for 3 months. But the goal is, for me, the way I coach my clients and I share with my audience is that you have to look at it from start to finish. You have to find a routine that works for you. Set your schedule. All of us have our schedules, we just don't concentrate on that. By making sure you have a time for fitness, for walking, for taking time to think of what you wanna do, for you to eat properly at a certain time, all of those things will be your anchor in creating a sustainable schedule for your life outside of fitness and your fitness goals.
De La Cruz also shares what he believes might be the top trends in fitness for next year.
AI has been really big this last year. I think it's gonna make big comeback. No, not big comeback. Gonna make a big splash coming 2025. A lot of the fitness apps will be there as well, and a lot of digital stuff, especially for watches. People are very into that now. Apps that will help them see where their goals are, and I think that's going to be a big trend this coming 2025.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of things are going to happen when we're talking about fitness. A lot of trends are going to be starting in 2025, like AI and more tech.
But I don't need the trends, girl. I just need to get my butt to the gym.
And virtual reality. Can you imagine virtual reality workouts are a thing now?
It is, but I've watched some people do it. Like, you know, they have the goggles.
Yeah,
and I just can't imagine how you're working out and you're sweating.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I'm going to break the goggles.
I think we've seen it early on. I remember during the pandemic, Steve Nash created an app to create basketball workouts using your phone. So you could scan an entire basketball court, and then points of it would actually be inputted on your phone. So, you know, you can track stats, you can track yourself, you can see how you're moving. I can see that applied in the gym as well. And I just think it's just the evolution of things, people becoming more tech savvy.
Right.
You're seeing people bring tripods to monopods to the gym already, and then sticking them to wherever.
The quote-unquote workout.
The quote-unquote workout. But then some people, to be fair to them, some people actually use apps to track themselves.
I do. I used
better.
to when I used to work out. And
Watch
it's more convenient.
the app.
It's also cheaper than a trainer.
It is. So actually, with AI coming out, if you get an AI trainer, that poses the question, will it be cheaper than an actual trainer?
It will probably be cheaper.
It could be, because you're just paying for the software.
But then kawawa naman the trainers, because then they'll also lose their jobs.
Yeah,
exactly.
But, I mean,
Lose their
like
clients.
it's a chicken and egg thing also.
Yeah.
I mean, like at the same time, some people would prefer the AI because it's cheaper.
I prefer the trainer because I'm lazy.
I need that interaction between me and my coach.
I need him to tell me keep going, because if it's just me, I will literally just lay there
and
and
not
do
If it's just the AI,
anything.
I'm just gonna shut it off.
Same.
Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see how it all works out. But then I think I agree. I think more and more people are getting their advice from their phones and just trying to find ways to, because right now they can even give you feedback online on your form, right? They can track you, they can even count for you.
Right.
So there are just so many things that could happen.
It's just really all about preference. Like if you prefer to have the human coach or the AI coach, right?
Right.
Basta
2025.
Yes.
Yeah, of course. We'll see what happens if
I will have
we get
an
gym
ab.
trainer.
A ab.
You'll have an ab.
An ab.
Oh,
Just wait, 2025 is my fit year.
Mag-evolve
Just
si Mo
wait.
from Fluffy Mamon to Pandesal. Yun yung hanap niya.
Pandesal?
Yeah, that's what they call it, right? The abs, like
Yeah. Pero isang pandesal lang, yung medyo malaki.
Right now, it's a puto bongbong. One roll of puto bongbong.
So that is it for us this Friday, December 27. I'm Paolo del Rosario. Thank you very much for joining us.
Hindi ako sanay na wala kang countdown. It's like, I
know. It was so
countdown to next year.
Countdown to New Year.
Countdown to New Year. We'll have that sorted out soon.
I'm Anne Asis-Carilo. It is the last Friday of 2024. Make it unforgettable by choosing joy, spreading kindness, and being a blessing to others.
Di siya kumanta, Mo.
No. I'm so happy she didn't sing. Because na-pressure ako. And I'm Monique Tuzon. You guys all stay safe and have a great weekend ahead. Join us again on Monday at 7 a.m. only here on
It's a beautiful day!